Psychedelic Tuesdays on NOK Network. Tune in at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for Psychedelic Reporters. Bufo Alvarius is scouring the news wires for stories being reported in the mainstream media.
Good morning, and how are you guys doing out there in the land of the internet? Hopefully your day is going glorious. Boy, oh boy, I don't even know where to start, but maybe the beginning, right? Wake up! That's how we like to start things. You know, whether you're awake at noon or you're awake at 4 in the morning, waking up is the first exact start that you get. You know, they say that Leonardo da Vinci would actually put himself to sleep, go to sleep, and then have his assistant wake him up moments later. And then right when he woke up from his slumber, he would start creating. They think that the veil is very thin between the worlds when we're sleeping and awake. I don't know. It sounds kind of weird, right? It sounds like some kind of novel stuff. Well, I started this morning on the way that we all want to start our day and show off. So with that being said, let's get started.
The opinions and views expressed by individuals during this broadcast are their own and may not be the opinions of this network, their group, or other organization they may be involved with.
Good morning, and how are you? I thought we would start over again and give you guys a chance to wake up with me and say hello. Oh boy, I don't even know where to start. So with that being said, let's begin. It's Tuesday afternoon in the world of madness. Hopefully you've had plenty of other days that ended in Y going on. Hopefully your weekend was glorious, and hopefully this day is even better. You know, I was sitting here kind of brainstorming, and I was thinking, what would be the first thing that I think people would want to talk about and should talk about? We should talk about our health and our safety, but we would like to talk about the inheritance of $1 million. If you were to inherit $1 million, what would you do? You always hear people say, I would do greater things. I would do this. I would buy an island. I would make sure that my parents are taken care of. I would make sure that none of my friends ever want again. All that sounds fine and dandy. But the one thing that keeps coming back to me is, how are you going to tax on that? Taxes on $1 million? Whew, man, that would be rough. Irrelevant. You know, though, I thought about it, and I thought, with coffee and bonghits, we should be able to celebrate that we want. Not necessarily the way you want, but we should be able to celebrate. I am aware that there are some places in some states out there that, you know, they don't have the luxury that I have. They don't have this legal thing going on where it is just perfectly fine for you to have your cannabis, whether it's because you have medical issues or just because you want to have a recreational day under the sun. You know, the big part is keeping it safe. We don't go and hang out at the beach with it. We don't go and hang out at the children's school with it, because those are things that are going to cause trouble. One bad apple can definitely ruin the orchard. And I'm not trying to ruin the orchard here, but what I am trying to do is understand that, you know, in time, all good things are going to happen. Now, I know you're thinking, what is this guy talking about? In time, all good things are going to happen. Well, what I'm talking about is things usually work out. Let me rewind. Things generally work out the way that we want them. Sometimes we have to put a little extra work into it. And that's what I've been thinking about lately. When I see my friends that are in a state that is not recreational, I see what they do and I commend them for it. The fact that they are still fighting for their right, they're still fighting for their ability. And most of all, they're actually sitting in a prohibition state where I'm not there anymore. I actually forgot what that was like. I'm not even going to lie to you. I've been hanging out in the US here where we've been legal for so long in California that I just haven't even thought about it being other way. That's when I started this group. I've had a few people ask me exactly what Keeping It Green is. Now, with that being said, Keeping It Green is a channel that I'd started a little while ago with the ideas of that I would talk about cannabis that I love so much, and then I would talk about all these other things, cowboy, gunfight, mountain biking, and I didn't. I'm not even going to lie. I didn't even think about it because I figured most people wouldn't be involved, interested, or even want to be a part of this stuff because it's just such a niche kind of weird thing to be into. Now I'm aware I've had people numerous times hit me up going, dude, we don't get it. And they don't get whether I go out and play cowboy. They don't get that I go to LARPing. They don't get that I'm a sword fighter. They just don't get it. They're like, we know you. We think it's cool, Wayne. We know that you're a geek, but some of this stuff is just beyond us. And that's when I have to get it as a friend. I have to understand that sometimes, man, people just aren't going to, they're not going to get it the way that I'm going to get it. And that's where I think I have to constantly tell myself over and over that if I explain it enough, that they might understand. Now, the thing is, my friends are plenty smart, so they fully get it, which is nice, by the way. It's just one of those getting on board where people can see what you're doing. I get it. Most people don't see what you're doing, so therefore, it's just like they're confused. They're like, we don't know how to bring this up. Are you sword fighting? Are you not sword fighting? And it's just like, how can it be so confusing to you? Oh well. Trying to share something real quick, and I was having a little technical difficulty in my share. Tried to share it out before the show started. Oh, we have a viewer in there. Hello, viewer. How are you? Let's go to our groups. See if I can do this in a timely, efficient way. If not, check this out.
All the way here to Tombstone, and they seem they got my here sign. Politicians. What are more than a politician? More than overpaid jerks and tight suits. I couldn't fit into a suit. A little hot there in the summertime. And especially, my spurs look a little funny in them. What? Get out of here! Get out of here!
Alter egos. Let's talk about that for a second. Alter ego. Do you have an alter ego? Of course you do. When you go to the restaurant, all-you-can-eat bar, you have an alter ego. Maybe you have a name that people can't spell. So when you go into the coffee shop or when you go into other places, it is just so much easier for you to give them a fake name. For instance, I use the name Zoltan. I use Zoltan. I use it at all the coffee shops. I use it at all the restaurants. My wife laughs just because, Zoltan is this alter ego. But it's not like my cowboy alter ego. It's one of the same, but it's not quite the same. It is a little bit different. One's with, guns, one's not with guns. Matter of fact, well, we got through that with easy thought. That would be a lefty, a little bit of gunfight fun that I like to do when I go out with my friends. That would be a Charles Hiram Cross. It was a decision to play this character when my friends basically were telling me they were going out and playing cowboy in our state capital in Sacramento. And along the way, I was like, wow, that sounds like it'd be a lot of fun. One of my friends who knows me says, oh, Wayne, I know you. You would absolutely have... Alexa, stop. My friend said to me, I know you would have an absolute blast if you joined us. Come on out and play with us. My first thought was, I'm not really interested. And then I ended up kind of going out and seeing what they were doing. I fell in love. I mean, I really do. It's a great experience in improv. It's a great experience in being a character actor, staying in character all day. People are talking to you, trying to remain in character, even when you're ordering pizza or coffee. Think about that for a second. It can definitely be confusing to folks. A lot of the time, when we go out, they're set up events. Some events they're made for certain things. For instance, one of them is a big train ride that basically the big locomotive is going to come through, and they have a big event there, Colfax, California. Another one of them is that my friends go into Colfax, California, and they actually hold it down for a few days. It's almost like we run the town out and we start our town over. Man, how fun is that? I don't know. Check this out. Well, it looks like you've made it. So let's do this. We're in here talking to ourselves, but it's okay. We don't care. We really don't care today. I had the smoke freezer out a few days ago, and it was something that I thought was glorious, and I thought that I was going to have a nice big smoking session with it, turn you guys onto it, and then I ended up putting it away, where it really, really, really strange. Ha! You guys thought I was done, did you? I'm actually plugging in my smoke freezer. Decided to go get the smoke freezer because I thought the best way to explain it, the best way to show it is just that, showing it to you guys. So we're going to smoke some cannabis. First, we're going to have it through the traditional bong first, and then we'll carry through the smoke freezer here in a moment. You know what time it is? I'm not sure you know what time it is. I know what time it is. I can explain, but you might be able to figure it out on your own.
Bonghittime, it's bonghittime. Don't you just know bonghittime? It's bonghittime, it's bonghittime. Everyone loves bonghittime. Bonghittime, it's bonghittime. Don't you just know bonghittime? It's bonghittime, it's bonghittime. Everyone loves bonghittime.
Everybody does, or at least they try to. Some people don't necessarily love it, but they do understand that people like me do have bong hit time. Some people don't get it. Some people are like, oh, go do your bong hit time thing, which is funny because, you know, what they vape or they drink or they do things, I don't ever throw it upon them for what they do. Why do you think people do that? You think it's just because they're insecure just a little bit? Maybe. So this morning, we're going to be doing a little extra read all about it for you. I'm going to pack a bowl here in a moment. Going to do a little bit of extra read all about it. I don't know about that, but we're going to attempt to read all about it. Where have I got mine? Oh, there it is. So I've been in Facebook jail for a good amount of time now. I believe tomorrow I will be out of Facebook jail. That means I will be able to share to all my normal accounts, and you'll be able to see my stuff the way it actually goes down. Think about it for a second. It's an easy task. You go on Facebook, talk with your aunt, talk with your uncle, talk with your friends. You never expect someone to get butthurt, basically tell on you. It's definitely the weirdest thing. I don't quite get it because people, generally want to raise people up. I don't know, is that raising people up or is that just totally knocking them down?
Join us for NOK Network monthly specials, 12 months a year. Movie nights. Spotlight on entertainment. And live on location event coverage. Stay up to date about upcoming programming by subscribing to NOK Network on Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, and Rumble. Check out our webpage at www.noknetwork.com.
What more is culture than witnessing, seeing, and bearing witness to someone else's pleasures, their delights? If I told you about LARPing, for instance, you might look at me like, what? What's this guy talking about? If I told you that there is a world out there that people are living in that is alternate to ours, and that they were doing these things where they go out and act like they're different people with a different outcome, and there's no money involved, what would you say? Would I sound like I'm foolish, or would you want to join in? Well, Neotropolis.
All engines are go, Houston. We have green light across the board. Thank you. Checking all aft control. Aft control, check. Hydraulics lift foundation, check. Houston, we have all green lights. We are ready to go.
Oh, So you were here for a second at least. The second tells me more than the minutes do. So what'd you think? That's a weird location, huh? Is that a little different than what you're normally doing a part of? Is that something that you're aware of? Have you ever heard of Neotropolis? Or is that just some weirdness? It might be weird, and I wouldn't be blown away if people were like, that is just definitely strange. I mean, I kind of almost expect people to look at it like this is a strange thing to do because it's not normal. Most people don't go out and do this. Okay, well, I think it's time. It's definitely time. You know what time it is. I mean, I can tell you what time it is, but you know what time it is.
Bonghittime, it's bonghittime. Don't you just know bonghittime? It's bonghittime, it's bonghittime. Everyone loves bonghittime. Bonghittime, it's bonghittime. Don't you just know bonghittime? It's bonghittime, it's bonghittime. Everyone loves bonghittime.
Well, that's exactly what you think you are looking at, my friends. This right here is the Mega Bowl by Smoke Freezer. This is a very cool device. If you haven't used one before, or you're not familiar with the Mega Bowl or even the Smoke Freezer, then maybe today is the day that we can kind of talk about it. Let me unclip this thing from the carousel so we can show you guys this thing in a little more up close virtual way. Negative 17 degrees in Celsius. So that's going to be negative 17 degrees Celsius is, I'm not sure, but I'll ask. Alexa, what is negative 17 degrees Celsius equal to? Let's see if she can answer that.
Minus 17 degrees Celsius is 1.4 degrees Fahrenheit.
Okay, so it's at 1 degree. This is right now currently where Smoke Freezer is setting this. But it drops lower and lower as you go. Just like that. So it drops it way down in temperature so you can actually hit it and your lungs aren't actually get decimated. It helps for people like myself with COPD or people that have breathing issues. Recently, I fractured 3 ribs. So in order for me to get comfortable, I got to do it in a way that doesn't hurt. Well, the Smoke Freezer is definitely one of the ways that I do that, where I can hit. I don't cough, and it doesn't hurt. Ugh. Oh, well, come on, let's smoke some more, will you? Ooh, I can feel it. I can feel clearly now. The stone is on what? No. So, I definitely want to take care of some business. But at first, since we are 25 minutes into this, we got to take care of the business that's important. Guys, once again, thank you for joining me here on the NOK, and I hope that your adventure is always fun and clear. Hopefully, it carries on to the next part of it, which is the next part, meaning today, the best part. You know, get out, do your thing, be who you are.
Psychedelic Tuesdays on NOK Network. Tune in at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for psychedelic reporters. Bufo Alvarius is scouring the news wires for stories being reported in the mainstream media on the psychedelic front and passing them on to hobbies, puppets, and Tara Simpson so they can bring them to you, our listeners, in this 60-minute video news podcast.
Tuesday evening news.
Join us for Tuesday evening news each week at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for all your news and information from the world of psychedelic medicine. Follow and subscribe to NOK Network on our webpage, social media, and streaming sites, including YouTube and Rumble.
Peace, news, and views on NOK Network. Patients everywhere advocating cannabis evolution with Kim Cooper and Sir Steve O. Joint hosts interview people in the grassroots and corporate cannabis space across North America and beyond. Sit down with patients, entrepreneurs, lawyers, doctors, and others share their journey with this medicinal plant. So join us for Peace, News, and Views. Wednesdays at 8 p.m. Eastern Time, where all consumption is medicinal consumption on NOKnetwork.com. Follow and subscribe to NOK Network on social media and streaming sites including Facebook, YouTube, and Rumble.
Put it all away for 30 minutes a day on IWK. The IWK 710 Daily Sesh is a virtual gathering where consumers meet up for a toke and some laughs at 7 p.m. Eastern nightly. Originally aired on InfoWithHim social media pages, the IWK 710 Daily Sesh is now also podcasted on NOK Network. Rotating joint hosts bring you a variety of content during this 30-minute virtual smoke sesh. Take a break from the stresses in life and put it all away for 30 minutes a day on IWK. Podcasted nightly at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on NOK Network.
Hey, dudes and dudettes. Enjoy the show, man.
Oh, you showed up. What's going on? Well, you made it through the commercials. Commercials are a big part of what we do, you know. Got to have sponsorship somehow. If you guys didn't know this is on the NOK. Yeah, that's right. Freedom of speech is a beautiful thing, isn't it? Makes you feel pretty good to be able to say what you want, when you want, how you want it. So this being in Facebook jail thing has really got me just, it's got me on the ropes because, you know, freedom of speech, I don't even know what I did to be put in there. They didn't even give me a notice. But I don't know. The question to you is, do you put it away for 30 minutes a day on the NOK network? You probably should. Every day, 420, 710 on the NOK. You'll be able to check out my friends and your friends too. Smoking some pot, carrying on with their message. You know, even when you're in Facebook jail, the message can't be any more strong. Ooh, that doesn't make sense. Actually, it could be stronger. The thing is, when you have to make content and start sending your content out, instead of going live and counting on people witnessing it, it makes it a little more difficult because suddenly you're a little more aware of what you're putting out. Because you're not happen chance, going live and what happens. You're actually creating content. You're setting the content forward. And then in the middle of setting your content forward, you're hoping that someone catches on. Some people don't get it. I mean, other people, they don't get it either. I mean, what is content and what is creativity? Is that making different videos? Is that making paper mache characters that walk across the table? Is it being a puppet? Is it driving videos? Is it someone lip syncing to their favorite song? Seriously, think about it for a second. What is content? Content is this thing that we share with each other, so you have this message to send. Whether your message is a positive message or you're just sending out, man, I like to have fun. Have you ever watched those videos where people are like eating shit, or like they think the bicycle is up, they can steal it. They grab the bicycle and they ride off, and the back wheel pops off, or the seat pops off, or something. I like those videos, or those videos where people are gonna jump from across one thing to another, and they try to jump and then they end up smashing. And for some reason, I don't know, maybe I'm alone on this, but I get these empathic pains when I watch it. I get like, through my body hurts watching these people smash and fall. I don't know. It could just be. So once again, friends, we got the smoke freezer going on this morning. Smoke freezer by Megabowl, or the Megabowl by Smoke Freezer. I'm sorry, I had that a little out of control. This is the first generation smoke freezer right here. This is the way it first ran when they came out on the market. Notice that cool rainbow. Pretty cool, huh? Now, with that being said, they have gone so much further with double, triple, and quadruple fans. Yikes, you can get really crazy into those things. If you don't know, go check them out. You can see a little more information on them. I'm going to finish what I started. Is that cool? I thought so. Yum. Clean that out real quick, like. You guys like to smoke your terps separately, or you want your terps all mixed in there? A lot of people don't even know that. They're just like, huh? They're like, yeah, the terpenes. You're gonna add your terpenes to it? They're like, really? And then other people, you have your connoisseurs who they know their product, and these people are gonna tell you all about the taste, the smell, sights, the sounds of cannabis sauce. Inside here, I have terpenes. These are a secondary terpene that you can add to the top, just purely for flavor. Currently, the Megabowl is sitting at negative 20 degrees Fahrenheit or Celsius. I don't know. I barely went to public school, and now they're asking me to use this stuff like science for real. Get out of town. I'm going to smoke another bowl. That's what we're going to do. So the political parties that are running right now have given us nothing but failure of choice. We have the same two choices that we had from 4 years ago prior. That's pretty sad, actually. It's almost like the world is on this weird twilight zone. It just seems like it. Seems like people are so lost right now. This is the age of Aquarius, guys. This should be a time of realignment. And I did say that right. Realignment. It should be the times when we take off our shackles and we join in on the world and we start taking in our esoteric feels. I know that sounds a little strange, our esoteric feels. But people have vibrations. So all of a sudden, when you start feeling other people's vibrations, that's exactly what's going on. And sometimes those vibrations don't work. That's usually the time that we're like, I don't really want to hang out with this person or that person. I know. Sounds a little weird. Sorry, I went there. Jeez, what's wrong with this guy? Can't take him anywhere, can you? Oh, but you can.
Advertising space available at NOK. Contact us for a rate sheet at knocknetwork.com. Send us a message on our social media platforms or email us at info@noknetwork.com.
Well, it goes to show you can share it and get it out there to the community. Whether people are going to bite, that's a different story. Been in here for 35 minutes and 4 seconds. And what have we done? We smoked cannabis. We can talk about things if you like. That, might get a little deep. It might not. When I'm sitting at the table and I start talking, for instance, with my wife or with other people, generally our conversation will start with, small talk. Then we'll get into deeper talk. What about you? You celebrate that time with your friends? Do you celebrate that whole moment with your friends where you want to take in their opinion? Or you don't have friends? Maybe you go online to see your friends. I don't know. What do you think it could be? Well, that answered that. Sorry about that. Slippery fingers. By the way, this is a track that I wrote in the background of the video. How about that? All right. Well, I'm glad that you guys are here. I'm glad that we're hanging out. I'm glad I'm here. Sticky fingers, guys. Oh my God, sorry about that. I mean it. Sticky fingers. Once again, it is almost something that I totally forgot to play for you guys. I feel almost like I owe it to you. I owe it to me. This is going to catch on eventually. When I'm out of jail and I'm able to go live and share this where I'm supposed to be, have my friends show up, it's going to be a little different. I promise you. Until then, I got something different for you. Let's keep going. Okay, so I'm going to pack another bowl. But before I do so, I'm not going to ask the typical, but I want to know the typical, so I have to ask it. What do you prefer to smoke? Is it a sativa? Is it an indica? Is it a matter of what you're doing? Is it a hybrid? Is the state that you're in medical only? So you have to have a medical card where you either have a medical issue or you've had to spend an exorbitant amount of money to get a medical rep. What one is it? Or are you in a state that it doesn't matter and you don't care? It doesn't matter what it is. You're going to celebrate the way you want to celebrate, not about whether it's monetarily good or even monetarily bad. I heard somewhere, I think yesterday, some friends of mine were talking, and they were saying that the magistrate in their area, aka the police in their area, didn't want the legalization of cannabis because they were afraid that children would eat plants in people's homes. And their other thought was, well, let's just put it this way. It was so very back ass words. It was very much like 1940s. And my question is, is your country, your state, your area, your domain in the state of 1940s, where we're still stuck back in time where it's grass and it's the evil lettuce? The people that are doing it should be hiding in their house. You can't own firearms, and you shouldn't be able to vote because how dare you ingest a flower from earth? Interesting. But yet we have other people that are getting medical notes so they can have other chemicals given to them by some pharmaceutical rep, by their doctor. And it's just a matter of, their pharmaceutical rep tells them what is hot, what is not, what will sell faster and equal to, and what will be not a knockoff, because they don't do knockoffs, but they definitely do, I forgot the word. Oh, well, it'll come back to me right when I leave this thing. At the same time, you have people that are out there trying their hardest, not to take anything. And me, I'm a caffeine person, so I wake up every day and I have a big old cup of coffee. Then in the middle of the day, I have a big old cup of coffee. And then in the evening, I have a big old cup of coffee. For me, it's a little different. For me, it's like I don't know. It's a relaxing thing, even though there's a lot of sugar in it. It's just very relaxing. And that's why I like it. So when I drink coffee, I usually have a bowl of coffee. I'll go out and I'll tend it to the garden. And take you guys out into the garden, but the wind is actually, today's probably a beautiful day, but I don't know about taking you guys out in the garden as of yet. Maybe I'll do some pre-recorded videos that I can pop in here for you and walk you through the steps of the garden. That could be something pretty cool. But I'm not sure what I want to do with that. But I will show you, because I do have some plants out there that are doing just worse. Hello, fellow viewer. You showed up. Oh, I hear sirens. Our town, the area that I live out here in the desert's been on crazy fire. I don't know if it's arson. I don't know if it's Mother Nature, because we did have some horrific winds for about 3 days there. We're talking, the winds were insane. I'm going to have to go out there and take a look and see what the damage control is. So, take an evaluation of what the wind's done. But what can you do? Can't cry about spilled milk, right? I mean, well, you can, but all you're going to do is cry, cry, cry. No one needs, nor does no one want that. But hey, you know what time it is. I know what time it is. Let's do this.
It's time, it's bonghittime time. Don't you just love bonghittime? It's bonghittime, it's bonghittime. Everyone loves bonghittime.
Once again, dear friends, thank you for showing up and hanging out with me. Look at it this way. There are so many people out there streaming on the World Wide Web. There are so many people interested in other things. If you chose to stop by here, whether it's for 3 seconds or 5 seconds, I totally appreciate that. That's pretty cool. That's endearing. Ooh, that's a good one. Okay, well, like I was just saying, thank you so much for your time. So when you guys do show up, I do appreciate it. That's why I put these videos together, not only so I can watch them, but so you can enjoy them too. Hopefully some of them resonate with you. Hopefully you see something that maybe makes you laugh, or maybe you get a giggle from, or maybe you can care less. Either way, I appreciate that you do show up. I think it's actually rather interesting. So when you're finishing out your day, maybe you're having more coffee, or maybe you're getting things going. Maybe you're putting your work boots on and you're just getting started. Well, maybe it's the end of your day. However it goes, hopefully you've treated yourself with love and respect, because in the end, I mean, you gotta deal with you. So here's to you. Here's to you. Seems the weather is absolutely perfect today. The last 3 days were, let me explain this in the honest way. 93 in the daytime, but the winds were 30-mile-an-hour winds. So it was almost like you were standing next to the oven, and then someone kept opening the oven door and giving you these gusts of hot breeze. Now, at first it was kind of fun. Then you realize you couldn't do anything. You can't work at it, because you take and make one pile here, the next thing you know, the pile is all over the yard because the wind carries it. I mean, there's even troubles of things flying in the air. I didn't want to be out there and get pelted. I was periodically going up and watering the dirt, the sand by the steps outside, because we were getting sandblasted because the wind was picking it up. At that point, I realized the wind was too insane to try to do things. So I came inside and just observed it. The thing is, the news was full of just sad. There's a lot of fires in my town. I don't get it. I don't know why. I don't know why someone would want to burn down their own town, whether it's a field or it's a business or it's even a corporation. Why? I don't get it. I digress. But the whole idea is that as all this stuff is burning and the news is saying terrible things about this and that, people are voting for this and that, it's our choice to put our head down in the soil, act like it's not happening. Instead of putting your head down in the soil, we're putting our hands in the soil, removing that soil and growing. Hopefully you're growing something physical, or you're growing something metaphysical. Either way, growing is a good thing. That means we're learning from mistakes when we're growing, right? But maybe next Tuesday, I'll show you guys a walk through the garden. I'll do a little bit of video, give you guys a little bit of stuff to watch on the garden, give you an idea. Just maybe. Another bowl, maybe? Or is that too many? I know. You're looking at me like, seriously? Did you just ask? You can talk about it, or you can be about it. It's your choice. Which one do you want? Normally, I put my hookah extension on the end here, so I don't have to lean forward, so I can just sit back and smoke it. It just dawned on me as I'm leaning forward, getting off this. I didn't get to do that, and maybe I should probably show you guys that next time. I don't want to get it out right now. I mean, that's a bit much right now. You know, all it is a hookah attachment. So basically, it goes from the tip of the smoke freezer, goes out. It's about 2-3 feet of tube with a mouthpiece on the end. So you can just like sit back and smoke instead of being hunched over your unit I should have brought that out. Well, maybe, just maybe next time I'll bring that out for you guys. I don't know. We are coming to our end of our adventure here today. I've been working on some stuff. Some of the stuff might work, some of it might not, but maybe I could show you and just take a chance, okay? Why don't we take just a small chance? See if this works. Oh, here we go. Wrong one. I know. Sorry. But here we go. Today, guys.
Are you frantically pounding away on your keyboard Mondays to discussion, share your passion, teach a skill, share a craft, masses on social media? Podcasting is a bright light that can help you reach a diverse audience. And NOK Network can help. Even if you have no experience, NOK Network will work with you to develop your content to air on our diverse network to reach a wide audience, allowing us all to grow together. Podcasts are aired on multiple platforms simultaneously, across social media and streaming sites, live through our network. Contact us and let's chat about how we can help you develop your podcast and join the NOK team.
Thanks for hanging out with me this morning. Thanks for hanging out with me this afternoon or wherever you are. I enjoyed it. I hope you did too. Maybe we'll get a little more. Sorry about the clowns outside. It seems that there's a racetrack outside. Everybody wants to get to Cloud City. Hey, thanks for joining me. Thanks for waking up with the wayniac. Guys, peace, Spot, and Microdot. Be good to yourself. Okay, would like to thank you for hanging out with me, Wayne Cruz, and keeping it green.